Okay, so for the beautiful backpack, I'm just gonna basically show you how to size it to yourself. So you can get different sizes depending on your back size, but chances are if you're either you already have one and this video is utterly pointless and you're not watching this, or you're borrowing one, in which case you won't really have much of a choice. So this is just kind of making the do with the best you got. Um, these straps at the top can tighten or loosen how high this is going to be. So essentially you want to keep it so it's just sort of touching along your shoulder. If it's up from your shoulder, that's not good. You're going to have this chest strap or boob strap, depending on your gender, which is good. It just kind of keeps the pack more stable again. You don't want to have this one super tight, but I mean tight enough that it does something. And then you're going to have your waist strap, which is the one you're going to have pretty tight because you want most of your weight to be around your waist. So, my beautiful model. Okay, so something to keep in mind just when you're sticking on your pack is this one's empty right now, but what you usually want to do is these things are going to be pretty heavy, so like trying to just wrestle it onto your back is going to be really hard. So what you can do is either, stick it on a rock that's going to be about your waist height, or just bring a knee up, rest it on that, and that way you can pivot around and get it on your back easier.
And go. Go. Oh, yes. And remember to loosen the straps before you put it on, or else it will be very painful trying to get your arm through that. So I'm going to...
Can I just get you to turn here? So we can see sort of how this is, if you can just come closer to it. Closer. Okay. So you can see, can you turn towards me a bit? No, other way. Yeah, okay, just stay there. So you can see right here how there's a bit of space, but that's not too bad. It's mostly resting on her shoulder. If she tightens that more, it starts to come up. See how I can now fit 2 fingers in there? Now if we loosen it, it relaxes back down onto her shoulder. So you want that to be tight, but not so tight that it's pulling it up. And the same thing on the other side, of course. For the chest strap, that shouldn't be so tight that it's like making you feel like your boobs are gonna pop off. But I mean, it should be tight enough just to sort of keep these from wobbling too much. This one, feel free to start strangling yourself at any point here.
Do a nice little...
Sometimes it's nice to have a friend. Like, you should still be able to breathe, obviously, but I mean, you want most of the weight to be there.
And then you want to
tighten, if you want to just turn so they can see. You can tighten these so that it's nice and good there. But then see if you take a look up here, what's happened there and how there's that giant gap now. So what you might want to do is loosen that a bit so that kind of comes down. It's not going to be perfect because, again, this is actually my pack and Jennifer Elliot's a bit shorter than I am, I think. And so, actually the pack's just a bit big for me, but, so like it's not going to be perfect, but remember, just get it the best you can.
And on some packs you can actually adjust the size.
Yeah, you can adjust where the waist strap is. So if you can do that, definitely do that.
Yeah.
If you just want to turn around, I just want to go over a few more things on the pack. Side. I need side. That's my dog. He's upset because he hasn't got walked. So what you have is when your pack is full, what you want to do is you have these straps, and you can do them up and tighten them as hard as they'll go, and that just kind of makes sure your pack's good and stable. Another thing with the stability of the pack is that you want to have a good sort of balance on your pack. You want to be able to sort of, like, if you throw your weight around a bit, you should sort of still feel balanced.
And putting everything in your pack instead of having things hanging off the sides is helpful with that.
Yeah. So this is like, if you took, let's say for some reason you had like 20 liters of water on one side, and then like styrofoam chips on the other side, you would have a very uneven pack because you'd be leaning constantly in whatever direction the water was, right? Same thing happens if you're going to stack up your tent and sleeping bag on one side and like your clothes on the other side.
So if you put your sleeping bag in the center, maybe stuff
that's lighter, like let's say you have a good footrest that can go around the outside.
Yeah. Just make sure everything's going to stay in place where you put it, and put it in a good spot.
Other thing is, like, let's say you don't have space for whatever tent or something that you need to be bringing up, or thermarest on the inside of your pack. So you decide to strap it on the outside. It's great when you have things like this, because then you can strap it. But let's say you strap a tent right here. What's going to happen? She is going to go like that! I mean, it's not like you're going to fall over, but over time, like, one shoulder is going to become a lot more sore than the other. And simple way of avoiding that is try and strap it to the center. If you can't do that, you can always strap it in here, and just when you're closing this, that'll hold it again. Or just balance the weight out, so find something equally heavy. Maybe if it's a tent, take like the flies and the poles and stick it on one side in a bag, and take the actual tent part itself and stick it on the other side in a bag, so you've got your weight sort of evenly balanced as possible. And I think that should be it for this